Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another LMH Mastery Live. Today, I'm again by myself, and it's okay because it's a really interesting topic that I want to discuss about today. And I think Faiz would have been really confused, maybe, about it. I'm gonna try to bring some light into it. What do you think when you hear the word responsibility? Maybe you think that it's something that will put a very heavy load on your shoulders. Maybe you think it's something that it's just going to make your life so much more difficult than it may already is. And I'd like to tell you that it's not that. We should strive to embrace a limitless responsibility, to start thinking that I am responsible for everything. And you might wonder, how does that come? When you Let's think about a bit what the word responsibility means, what the word responsible means. If you break it down, it's two words actually. It's response and able. And so you can understand now that the word in itself, it describes the ability to respond to anything, because in the end you would want to retain that ability for yourself, right? When something happens to you, when an event occurs, when you have to address a certain situation, or you need to respond actually to something, well, you would want to retain that ability for yourself because it's quite important. If not, you'd just be an automated program machine. We basically, in a percentage, we already are. And this is fundamental because we respond, life responds to us every every second, every moment. Life itself is um, ever responding to us, to what we think, to how we behave, how we feel. We receive a feedback from it, and it just makes sense to give back that response. So let me put an example for you. When you would start thinking about people that go to prison, okay, criminals, thieves, murderers, and we are all human, we all have life inside of us. And these people, they started to think that they're only responsible for their own life. You know, that's why they are capable to rob someone, to kill someone, because they don't see the other person as a life to respond to. When you close yourself in that manner, you are limiting yourself. Responsibility, when you deny yourself the opportunity to be responsible for everything, you actually limit yourself to the entire life inside you and around you. And you can see how this can impact your life. Maybe we won't go to being a criminal or a thief, but maybe you just close yourself off only to, well, to your family, to the people that are very close to you. And outside of that, you are behaving like a completely different person, which is actually not you, because you think that you're responsible just for those people or just for those situations. And this really closes off all the opportunities, all the possibilities that life has to offer. And I've come across this concept about 4 years ago when I started to dig deeper into meditation, into yoga, into what Sadhguru teaches us. And this is an important pillar of his teachings, of his programs. And I wanted to bring it to you today because for me it made all the difference in the world when he started to explain that the responsibility, the word in itself means the ability to respond, which is different from the ability to act, to take physical action. Well, that made a click in my head. And I was like, okay, so it's okay to just be there, to want to be open to so much in life and accept that the actions that I can take are limited, but my responses to whatever comes to me are unlimited. So think of it as an internal experience that you have when something comes to you. And even if you want to say no, well, it's okay. That event comes to you, that situation comes to you, and you think, well, I am responsible for everything. I am able to respond to everything. And that might not be a beneficial situation for you. So when you think and when you feel that you can respond to that situation, well, you will respond with no, not for me, not today, maybe later. And that is okay. It's amazing how much freedom this shift in our thinking can bring when you see the word responsibility as two words, the ability to respond. And it's amazing how much life can enter into you, how much healing, how much you can let go and see that the people around you, they all have the same ability to respond. The potential is there. It's only that they choose to have it, to nurture it or not. And that's okay. But when you start believing and when you start seeing that the ability to respond is limitless, you become limitless. Because think about it like this: we are energy, we are uh, vibrations inside the physical body, and our cells, our body, have the same frequency of how we respond to things, how we experience life around us. And wouldn't you want to be higher in your frequency, to be able to reach higher realms of possibilities, of opportunities, to reach your full potential? Wouldn't that be something amazing and really okay with who you are? Because we are human beings, we are physical beings now, as we experience life here on earth. And it's okay to put limitations and on the physical aspects, and it's interesting that for me it really made all the difference in the world, because I had very narrowed perception and thinking about being a doctor. For example, I just graduated, well, not just, I was a year after graduation when I first started to learn about these concepts about limitless responsibility. And I still was thinking that if I won't be able to take on responsibility as I was taught in medical school, I couldn't be a doctor. Well, here I am. I'm proving myself wrong, and those beliefs as well. And it really made a nice and a fantastic change in my thinking, because then I started to let more solutions to come in, even though I couldn't act on them right at that moment. I just said yes to them, and it was yes and later, or something, I don't know, unpleasant was happening, and I wanted to act on the no, but I couldn't in that moment. And maintaining the ability to respond to it, it just made up my mind in a situation to know that maybe something is not for me, and I am aware that I cannot act, to remove myself from that situation right in that moment. And I eventually did it, even though if it wasn't in that moment. In the moment, I just accepted that I can respond to that situation in a certain way. So it's really interesting, and it's quite important to see responsibility as a you as a way for you to bring down all the walls around you, because that way light can come in, healing can come in, and you experience life to your full potential will happen. And I'm going to leave you with this to start thinking again, to imprint in your head that the word responsibility is actually made up of two words. It's a ability to respond. You maintain that ability to respond to anything and everything that might happen in your life, and it's okay not to act right in that moment, and it's okay to act even later, or it's okay not to act at all. And you integrate in yourself. You say to yourself that, okay, I want to say no to this because it's not beneficial for me, and it's okay. Or I want to say yes to this, but I don't think I can act on it right now, and it's okay. You let the seed of that possibility enter into your field, into your life, into your internal experience, and that seed will flourish when you will feel prepared to act on that yes. And this is quite amazing. It's a very important shift that you can make for yourself, because people that say I am only responsible for this and this, firstly, they might not know what it actually means, responsibility, the ability to respond. And secondly, they just close themselves. They become frozen as human beings, and it's quite a shame to live like that and not let your whole life, the flow of everything you are, to just be and to respond to everything that surrounds you in in the best way that is beneficial for you. So I'm going to leave you with this. Remember, the word responsibility is two words actually, is the ability to respond. And I encourage you to embrace it and to feel that you do have a limitless responsibility to everything in your life. Thank you. See you next week.